I mean, they are somewhat just arguing, right? Like, if you look at the Chinese media, they would say that the US is really scared of China and they are backing off right now, while the US is basically saying the opposite. So I think arguments like that, we just need to take it with a pinch of salt. It's like, I don't know what's the deal, but we know that we have a deadline on 1st of November. Let's see if a deal is being made. My guesses are both parties, they don't want to have a 155% tariff rates because it's going to hurt both economies, it's not just, I don't know, US or China. Like, both of them will be hurting quite a lot. I would say China has the cut compared to 2018, back in the previous term of Donald Trump. Like, we didn't have AI, and rare earths was important, but because AI is such a thing right now, without those rare earths, basically, even US, they have all the technology in the world. They have the advanced chips. Without those rare earths, you still going to be a huge problem to the US, because US right now, they're importing like around 80% of those rare earths from China. So yeah, I mean, I do expect, like, I do think it's just Xi Jinping and Donald Trump having another fight, having a tantrum, and maybe after, I don't know, a few days, they're probably going to kiss hand and make up to each other and say, I don't know, it's just my guess.
Hello, this is the Bitcoin Libertarian. Probably you can see a little bit a strange background because I'm at the Hong Kong airport about to catch a flight to go to Lugano Bitcoin Plan B conference, but I cannot leave Hong Kong without talking with my friend Gemmy. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic after all these birthday celebrations, but yeah, I'm doing great.
How were these birthday celebrations?
I ate so much food. I think I gained like probably 5 pounds in October. Just like, I mean, because you saw my Instagram, right? Basically, I was celebrating my birthday since the 1st of October. So yeah, that's a lot
I
of
saw.
food, but a lot of fun conversations with friends.
Well, and we have a pending celebration when I'm back from my trip to Europe and to Argentina. So
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
you're gonna eat more. So, Jamie, what is happening with Bitcoin? We were promised October, and seem that October is not coming. What do you have to tell us?
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin like to surprise everyone. And I remember, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, like when we just enter October, we were doing a live stream and we were talking about the October narrative going strong. But what happened is that once Bitcoin reached the all-time high of 126K exactly on 6th of October, we are experiencing a dump, mostly caused by what Donald Trump has been saying on his Truth Social, on his social media. Basically, he was threatening China with 100% tariff rate because China kind of upset Donald Trump with the rare earths export. So Donald Trump feel the need to retaliate. But because of that, there's like a huge liquidation took place, like more than $20 billion basically being liquidated on a single day. So we call it the Black Friday crash. That was almost 2 weeks ago, but right now we are still bouncing around, consolidating. We had a little pump yesterday because I remember after my Roxham TV live stream, I was basically I was watching my Korean drama, and then I was like, I was seeing all these alerts, price alerts on my phone sending to me about Bitcoin, and I was like, oh, okay, what's going on? Bitcoin yesterday pumped to 114K, but right now it's retracing little back at 108K, something like that. So I think there might be some more bouncing around. We're really building up that momentum. We haven't Bitcoin basically haven't decided we are going for a leg up or a leg down.
Yes, yes. And do you think that has some relationship with gold that has been reaching the all-time high? It's been going parabolic. Do you think that the not October Bitcoin has some connection with the gold reaching all-time highs, like investors going to gold instead of going to Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, gold and Bitcoin usually have an inverse correlation. So when gold is reaching a new high, Bitcoin would do the opposite. So the same kind of applies here as well, though I don't really understand uh, why, but it's just the effect that we have been seeing from all these years. So I would say it's definitely taking a little bit of tension away. I'm seeing videos on Twitter where people were queuing outside gold stores, and there's like a long queue just trying to get some goals in some parts of the world. So in Hong Kong instead, though I didn't see a queue in Hong Kong, but a lot of people were just like, oh, so gold price is reaching new high. Some people will try to ape in, but some of my friends will, okay, it's new high. They're trying to, because they have physical gold. They will walk into a gold store and then try to sell the gold.
So your friends always go the opposite. When people is when are the all-time highs, your friends sell. And let me ask you, because I remember that you were telling me that your friends were saying that on October 6th is going to be the all-time high for Bitcoin, and then the price was going to go down, and we will start the bear market. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, my friend is definitely gloating right now because he sold many of his coins, including Bitcoin. And I mean, it's very difficult to say because the 4-year cycle looks like it's somewhat intact. If we calculate from the cycle bottom to the cycle top, we roughly would get 1,064 days for the basically the bull run to last. So that's how we got the date of 6th of October. And it's really scary to see Bitcoin exactly reaching at least for now, is a new all-time high of 126K on 6th of October. But I will say, like, there are different ways to calculate the 4-year cycle. Like one being from the cycle bottom to the cycle top, and other one that I used even back in 2024 is from the cycle top to cycle top. Like if you use that metric instead, we'll get different days. We'll get 1,400 something days. So I have always thought that we're going to get a cycle top in Q4 2025, though maybe in November, maybe in December, because that it kind of make more sense to me. Though, well, October, we might have seen the cycle top already. We only know this in hindsight, right? But um, I've always predicted that we're gonna get a cycle top in Q4. So the reason why I will say this because Bitcoin is becoming a macro asset. So you can't really ignore how the macro is doing right now. I still believe in the 4-year cycle, though I think the relevance is decreasing. So every single year as time goes by, I think the 4-year cycle is going to be more irrelevant. It might be a good thing or a bad thing. Like if the 4-year cycle is completely irrelevant after some years to come, then that makes Bitcoin very, like a lot more difficult to predict. Because right now, Bitcoin is extremely easy. Like in my opinion, out of all the investment options, Bitcoin is the easiest. It's a no-brainer because everything is predictable. So if the 4-year cycle is no longer intact, it's going to make my life more difficult. Because like I know Bitcoin is going to go up, but it's a lot more difficult if I want to trade it. I'll say, but like I can't ignore the macro because at the end of the day, the macro is not too horrible right now. We know that we have rate cuts to come. We know global liquidity is unlocking. We know we have a very favorable administration in the US right now who is very friendly to crypto. So all these factors are playing along, like in favor to Bitcoin that I cannot ignore. Like my brain and my analysis is telling me that it doesn't make sense. Like if the reason why we enter a prolonged bear market for this cycle, if it's because Donald Trump one tweet, then I got nothing to say. It sounds extremely stupid. For 2022, we had the Fed hiking the rate aggressively. We had FTX. We have Terra Luna. We have 3 Hours Capital. So stuff like that. That really give I would say a very bearish reason for us to enter a prolonged bear market. But right now, it's only because of Donald Trump one tweet. It's just like my brain is not. It doesn't make sense to me. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I think that all this year is super crazy because all the markets, Bitcoin, gold, stocks are reacting just to tweets, just to suppose like, okay, Trump says to Trump wakes up angry and says, today I will put 155% tax in China's uh, tariff on China. Then in the night say, no, it's gonna be good. We can delay it. So Trump is tweeting a lot, and I know as you are local, and I know that you can speak Mandarin and you can read Mandarin. Do you see any news from China side related to the tariff war?
Retaliation, you mean?
No, the news that, for example, now Trump is tweeting today or yesterday, he tweeted that he will put 155% tariffs on China export importations. Do you see any reaction from the Chinese side, or they are just saying, okay, Trump is tweeting and I don't care, I don't give a crap if they put 100, 200, or 300% tariff?
I mean, they are somewhat just arguing, right? Like, if you look at the Chinese media, they were saying, "Oh, the U.S. is really scared of China, and they are backing off right now," while the U.S. is basically saying the opposite. So, I think arguments like that, we just need to take it with a pinch of salt. It's like, I don't know what's the deal, but we know that we have a deadline on 1st of November. So let's see if a deal is being made. My guesses are both parties, they don't want to have a 155% tariff rate because it's gonna hurt both economies. It's not just I don't know, US or China. Like both of them will be hurting quite a lot. And I would say China has to cut compared to 2018 back in the previous term of Donald Trump. Like we didn't have AI and rare earths was important, but because AI is such a thing right now, without those rare earths, basically even US, they have all the technology in the world. They have the advanced chips. Without those rare earths, you still going to be a huge problem to the US because US right now they're importing like around 80% of those rare earths from China. So yeah, I mean, I do expect, like, I do think it's just Xi Jinping and Donald Trump having another fight, having a tantrum, and maybe after, I don't know, a few days, they're probably going to kiss hand and make up to each other, and they say, I don't know, it's just my guess.
Yes, I think so. It's very funny what has happened this year with all the craziness of the tariffs, the craziness of the war in Middle East, the craziness of remember that day that was released DeepSeek and all the markets crashed because of DeepSeek. I think it's super crazy. And let's come back to Bitcoin. So, do you think that we still have space to go either up for even to get a new all-time high, or you just think that the 126 was the top for this year? And if we reach the top, do you think that we are going to enter a long bear market, or we are going to face some corrections and we can recover fast?
Um, well, even with the Fourier cycle, as I mentioned, there are two, like, there are different ways of measuring. So my friend was so aligned with the 6th of October, those narrative. I'm the second batch of the Fourier cycle believer. So what I mean by that is that I do think we're gonna see. I think the best time is still ahead of us. I think we're probably gonna see a new all-time high in November or December because we know that we're still gonna have 2 rate cuts. So I think like looking from on-chain, looking from the potential growth of Bitcoin, we still haven't reached the full potential, even at 126K. So that's my speculation. But again, like it kind of depends on where we go in November. Like if it goes really high, then maybe it makes sense we're gonna get a bear market in 2026 and completely aligned with the 4-year cycle. It really depends on how high Bitcoin goes. Because when people see, okay, Bitcoin goes so high already, they feel like a little bit better to take a little bit of profit off the table. So it's just like human mentality, I would say. So yeah, I'm kind of taking things one at a time. That's why I'm doing live stream every single day now. There's a market change like frequently.
Yes. Let me show one thing because I was checking on the weekend and I read something related to the relative strength index. I'm sure that you know it because it's more for technical analysis. So let me share the Bitcoin chart and the relative strength index. So if we see the Bitcoin chart, we reached the all-time high on October 6th, then it dropped. Now it's like kind of moving like horizontally. We are now in 108,137. But the important thing is the relative strength index. This index is an index that can see how the market is either oversold or overbought. If this index is over 70, it say, I don't remember what's oversold or overbought, but it's gonna tell that probably the prices will go down. And if the index is under 30, it says that the prices are gonna go up. It's a good opportunity to buy. If it's over 70, it's a good opportunity to sell. So Bitcoin, we are now around 40.25 in the relative strength index. And let me show you the graph for gold, the chart for gold, that is this. No, this is Bitcoin, this is gold. The chart for gold, gold last week reached the all-time high of around 4,300, and the relative strength index was also in all-time highs. It touched around 92.5. Now it dropped up to 53. But what happened with this index, and if history repeats, the last time where the relative strength index of gold touched all-time high, and with Bitcoin near 30, the relative strength index was in 2020. After that, gold went down the price, and Bitcoin went from 10,000 to 69,000. So if history repeats, we probably have a good bull run for Bitcoin, and we can reach even like 200K, 250K. But let's see, as you say, now Bitcoin is super attached to macro news and these fluctuations on the humor of Donald Trump. If he wants to do the war with China, or if he wants to be friend of China, impacts a lot on the market. So I think that in this time, no financial advice, but it's a good time for probably holding Bitcoin or to like probably stack some money or be liquid to wait for some opportunities, not using leverage because in these days that we can go up and down. Yesterday we went 140, 114, and now it's 108. If you are with leverage, you can lose a lot of money. So I think it's a time to be stacking, doing DCA, or even collecting some good liquidity, stack cash to have an opportunity to buy. What do you think about?
Yeah, I mean, everything kind of aligned with what I was thinking as well. Because as you mentioned, gold is reaching new all-time high. And it's just, it doesn't make sense. Like my brain is doing all this analysis and looking at the market every single day, if just because of one Donald Trump's tweet and we have a prolonged bear market, it's just like if Bitcoin has to be so intact when it comes to the 4-year cycle that I got nothing to say, and we could just throw out all the analysis, all the TA, all the on-chain on-chain out of the window. But like, yeah, we still have some time to come because okay, we are in Q4, but there's still November and December to see where Bitcoin is going. So Bitcoin still had time to decide.
Take the mic because I stopped the microphone because of the noise when Gemmy is talking. So yes, I think I still believe that we are not gonna be in a bear market, that we are gonna be up and we are gonna have corrections. But I'm super bullish. I'm super bullish with Bitcoin and I think that we are going super up. So Gemmy, anything else you have to talk? Any news?
News, not really. Maybe just more birthday celebrations. That's all.
Excellent. Yes, more birthday celebration. And from my side, as I said at the beginning, I'm in Hong Kong airport, about to catch a flight in 1 hour, 2 hours, in 1 hour and 45 minutes, about to get a flight. I'm going to Lugano. Lugano is house of Plan B conference, a big Bitcoin conference. And this year we are going to have the Cypher Tank, that is a contest where they already selected 8 projects based on Bitcoin, and they are going to make compete them in like a Shark Tank competition to get some funding. It's gonna be good. And I want to be in Lugano because all the people told me that Lugano is a super Bitcoin city, that you can go to McDonald's and buy in Bitcoin. And again, I'm super excited for the conference. Let's see if I can record videos because I have a press ticket, a media ticket, but they sent me an email and said that you cannot carry cameras inside the conference and you cannot record unless they allow you to record. So I send them an email. I'm with my Osmo Pocket, and let's see if I can record some good videos and show to the audience. And after Lugano, I'm flying to my country, to Argentina, to visit my family and also attend to another Bitcoin conference, La BitConf, that is the oldest Bitcoin conference on the world. And I hope to bring some good content to interview people. We are negotiating if I'm gonna be doing podcast inside of the booth of the Bitcoin Association of Argentina. So it's gonna be super funny.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait. It sounds very exciting. I haven't been to the cities you mentioned. Of course, I haven't been to Argentina, but like, I would love to check out someday. I know it's going to be a long journey, like 30 something hours. So that's a challenge for me for sure. But yeah, we'll work something out, I guess.
Yeah, but this year it's a very long and tiring journey, more than 30 hours. But this year, as we are stopping over in Europe, it's going to be less tiring, the trip to Argentina. And so excited to attend to all this Bitcoin conference, meet Bitcoin people, meet people that I already interviewed in my podcast. Meet in person is amazing. So, and let's see what happened with the price. I hope the price goes up, but again, we are Bitcoiners. We don't care about the price. One BTC equals one BTC. And always DCA and chill, have fun, and enjoy the ride of Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to see some of your clips if it's allowed. If not, just send me some pictures. I'd love to see the vibe.
I will send a lot of pictures of the conference, both in Lugano and in Argentina. In Argentina, I will record a lot of pictures and videos because I'm gonna participate in another side events of the conference that I was invited by the Bitcoin Association of Argentina. So it's gonna be super, 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 super fun. We are gonna eat a lot of meat uh, and talk about Bitcoin.
It sounds good. I'm excited for you.
So, Jamie, again, thank you very much for being here. And let's talk next week and probably will be in Switzerland. So we had to match our time zone. But let's talk next week. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, thanks for having me again.
And here we are in the airport. I will show you that we are in the airport. And here with me is the other Bitcoin libertarian that we are going to do a lot of videos, most in Spanish, but also in English. So, Gemmy, your social media so our followers can follow you.
Yes, so my Twitter handle is jamjamcrypto_IO. My Instagram and YouTube is jamjamcrypto, and also my Rumble as well.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much, Gemmy. And thank you very much to everyone who is on the other side. If you like the episode, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media, and help us in this quest to orange pill the whole world. As I always say, share this episode with the people you love, share this episode with the people you hate, because we must give the orange pill to 8 billion people and paint orange the world. See you in the next episode of our podcast. Stay humble, stack sats, and remember, we are all Satoshi. And that's all for today. If you like the episode, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media. Our X account is the Bitcoin _. Our YouTube channel is the Libertarian BTC. Our YouTube channel in Spanish is Libertarian BTC ESP. Our Patreon, the Bitcoin Libertarian. Our Instagram, the Bitcoin Libertarian. That's all. You can go there and follow us in all our social media.